quiet, I'm running from the sirens. They ain't been around, but they know about where I've been. Had to put the time in to let them know
it's game time. Welcome back to New Paltz Sports Network, everyone. Your home for all athletic news, information, and updates for your New Paltz Hawks. I'm your host, Michael Ascanio. I'm a senior here, and I'm the center fielder on the baseball team. Every Monday from 7:30 to 8 p.m. on WFNP 88.7 FM, we will dive into the journeys of our NCAA athletes from various sports here at SUNY New Paltz. I'll be bringing on student athletes here to have conversations to really get to know and give them the platform to share their experiences while playing here. So that's what to expect. I'm excited, and I'll get right into it. And we're live in the studio for the 8th episode. Welcome, everyone. We got a big day today. We get to bring on an absolute baller. She's a killer on the field, and I'm excited to get to talk to her. But before we get into it, I wanted to announce the 2 upcoming home games this week on campus that we have. So Tuesday, October 29th, field hockey plays Ramapo on the North Turf at 3:30. And on Friday, November 1st, the men's and women's swim team has a green out meet versus Adelphi starting at 4 p.m. So we only got 2 games, only 2 home games on campus this week, so everyone pop out. So, all right, let's get it started. So, to kick off the 8th segment in the Hawks hot seat, in 2023, she was named to the National Field Hockey Coaches Association All-Region Second Team and All-Academic Squad. She led the team with 33 points to earn a spot on the All-SUNYAC First Team. And so far, the season has been on an absolute tear, killing teams and breaking records. I have the pleasure to welcome junior forward on the women's field hockey team from Hopewell Junction, New York, the captain, number 10, Rachel Tama. Rachel, what's going on? Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, and I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, of course. And thank you for coming on short notice.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so quick reminder to everyone, be sure to check out at New Paltz Hawks on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X for all game content and news. You can check out the photo gallery, game stats, clips, and any other important information. You guys know the deal. So at New Paltz Hawks. Before we get into everything, we're going to do a quick PSA break, and we'll be right back and get into all the action.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
All right, we back. So today we'll be getting a ton of insight from Rachel and the field hockey's upcoming path in the playoffs. We'll hit her with some questions about her journey so far at the school. Then we'll do a little Hawk quick pitch and finish it off with some trivia. So that's the rundown. So let's get right into it. So you guys have had a really impressive season so far. You guys are 12-4, and every team goes through some ups and downs. With playoffs on the horizon, what have these recent games taught you all about coming together as a team, and how are you channeling that to stay motivated heading into playoffs?
Yeah, like you said it perfectly. Every team has those ups and downs, even the best teams, even like the best teams in the country that we see in the top 25. And right now we're just taking it as a learning experience, honestly. We're being where our feet are and just taking every practice, every game, day by day, and we're just going to go from there. We watch a lot of film. We actually even came together yesterday as a team. We sat down, we talked about what we need to do moving forward, because starting today, it's a new season, it's a new us, and we're ready to just go into tomorrow's game and dominate.
Hell yeah. Yeah, because you guys play, you play Vassar, Ramapo first,
Yep.
then Vassar in a night game. And you got to be able to flush it. I mean, you guys,
exactly.
you were 12-1 in your first 13 games. Probably, you feel yourself, you're balling, and then you get punched in the mouth. So it's normal. The ups and downs happen. yeah, I bet you guys are locked in on practice and ready to go.
Yeah, we are, and it's just we're getting everyone to come along and just keeping everything at high intensity, and we're ready for tomorrow.
Love it. So let's talk mental approach. We'll stay on that. What's your mindset for you specifically, and then we could branch out to the team, but what's your mindset before stepping onto that field, and do you have a mental routine to get in the zone? How do you get locked in?
Yeah, so I guess my biggest thing is just like music. Like whether if we're on the bus, I always have my AirPods in, but then like if we have like a 3-hour ride with like 20 minutes left, I'll get the speaker out, I'll get that blasting for the team. But I kind of just lock in myself. I'm a big visualizer. Like I'm going to visualize like what I'm going to do on the field, especially if we've played there before. I like to visualize what I'm going to do like on corners if I get the ball, and that's huge for me, and it's huge for our team. Like in the locker room, we do like meditate for like 40 seconds just to visualize, and then we do it again on the field. But besides that, our team's biggest thing is music, hyping each other up, getting loud, and I feel like that's really important.
I love that. Last year we were big on visualization too. Mm-hmm. We would even go in a circle. Not everyone loved it. It's not everyone's thing, but sometimes you can see everything with your eyes closed.
It helps
sometimes. So that I relate to that heavily too, and oh my God, music. That's my biggest thing. So pop the headphones in. Don't talk to me. Yep. I'm locked in. Do not talk to me.
Yeah, and people know on the bus, I'm just like sitting there looking out the window, listening to my music, and then I'm ready to get hype with the team. So. Oh,
I love that. So now looking back, what parts of your game or mindset have changed the most since you first joined the team? So, that may be tough to identify, but was there a turning point where you felt yourself growing as a leader, or you felt like you learned something to take on throughout your career?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Just finding my voice. Like, I was appointed as a leader pretty young. It was spring my freshman year. So I guess my biggest thing was finding my voice, and the big thing is when like the juniors would come to me and ask for help, or even the seniors would come and ask for help, and that was like, oh, they trust me, I have a voice. And that was the biggest thing, was earning people's respect.
Yeah.
And also just I really look up to like Hannah and Wooly in that aspect. They taught me a lot, and they brought me along right away because we were the only 3 captains last season, and they helped tremendously with that. And that'll not only help me on the field, but it also helped me in other management positions in like my career.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like over the summer. Yeah, I worked internships and just my regular job. Like I hold management positions, and I learned a lot from the field that helps me everywhere.
It's so funny you brought that up, because I talked about that with Gabby Treble last week, and that there's so many skills that we learn on the field that you can take into your job, into work. So that's so cool that you bring that up, and that's amazing that the older teammates and girls looked up to you, would want to hear what you have to say, and you could take a lot from the older guys.
Definitely.
So I relate to that. That's amazing. So then, as a captain, how do you work to support and uplift the younger girls and the less experienced teammates?
Yeah.
Is there any advice you try to pass along to them, and what values do you try to instill into the team culture?
Yeah. So a big thing for me is you're going to make mistakes, and especially with the younger girls, they have a lot of trouble being able to like make mistakes and then move past it. So that's my biggest thing. Like I could see them get frustrated, I go over them right away, like, you're good. Listen, make a mistake now because you're not going to do it again next time.
Flush it.
Like, you're learning, you're going to flush it, and that's it. You just got to keep moving on and ask questions. That's my biggest thing. Always ask questions, because coming in freshman year, we were you're just thrown in there. There was 9 of us. You have to ask questions.
I know. I think, and sometimes, even me before, you get scared to ask questions. You don't want to feel dumb.
Exactly.
But, ask questions, because... who cares what people think? You want to know as much information as possible.
Yeah.
And yes, it's important to keep going no matter what. I mean, as an athlete, we get humbled quickly.
Yep.
You could have a bad practice, but if you take that into the next practice, you're screwed.
Exactly.
Like if I like the saying, like if you allow too much water in your boat, like that's going to sink.
Yeah.
So that you can relate to that mentally. Yep. And like a couple of takeaways that I have with myself, my mindset, and also the team is like, fear is the mind killer.
Yep.
Like if you're scared of missing a shot, for me, scared of striking out, scared of losing.
Exactly.
I mean, you're going to lose. You're going to strike out. So that was one of my big like mottos. Like, fear is the mind killer. I don't fear no one.
Definitely.
And our other big motto was go to war.
Yeah,
you get to
I
go
like
to war.
how you guys always said that. That was like really cool.
Yeah, we started to do that a lot. I don't know. It just became the team thing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go to war for my teammate right next to me, and the next guy, and the next guy, and you could relate to that with going to war with your sisters.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are ready to go.
Yeah, we're ready
for playoffs. The last 2 regular season games. So yeah, just the mindset is so important.
It is, and you can't be afraid to fail, and you always got to be ready to compete. And that's a big thing in our program, is just to compete. Like, we value that, and everything's a battle because you have to do that when you get into the game. The other team's not going to go light.
1000%. Yep, totally. So let's switch it up a little. I think it's a perfect time to highlight your huge accomplishment and record that you just recently broke. I don't know if everyone knows, but you now hold the all-time record for women's field hockey points scored with 105 total points. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is a ridiculous amount of points for those who don't know. Yeah, I won the number 1. Congratulate you, but also ask, how special does it feel to leave such a huge mark on a program in that fashion?
Yeah, no, thank you. I really appreciate you mentioning it, and it all comes down from my coaches. I've learned so much, and the huge support system I have, and all my teammates. But in the end, those stats don't mean as much to me as the SUNYAC championship we're about to win is going to mean to me, and we're just going to keep going, and that'll come along with time, and we're going to get more girls getting points up there. So I'm really excited for this team, and I can't do that without them.
Yeah, totally. It's important to be proud of yourself, and you commit to a college team. You play as a kid in high school. You don't really know the mark that you're going to leave on a program.
Exactly.
So that's amazing. But yeah, you're looking for the gold with the girls.
We are.
To stay on your season, so you're having an absolutely incredible season. You have 24 goals so far, 58 points already, and the regular season isn't even over, which is a huge leap from your previous years. So what has it been like to see all that hard work pay off, and did you envision having such a standout season? I know you talked about visualization, but but what has that been like?
I mean, I worked really hard, honestly, in the off season. Just day in and day out, preparing for our run test, really hammering down on my basics. So when I got here, it was even easier. And yeah, it's just been huge to actually see it come to life. I've only been playing field hockey since 8th grade, so I really had to play catch up.
Really?
Because a lot of girls start in elementary school, but I did gymnastics all my life and then picked up a stick in 8th grade. So I was already behind. So I had to work twice as hard as all these other girls who have been playing on these top club teams. So I didn't see myself having this huge season this year, but to be able to have it and see my hard work come to life is crazy.
That is so cool. I didn't know that up until 8th grade.
Yeah, I started really late.
Wow. That's amazing. So then, with so many goals and points under your belt, is there a specific game or a goal that stands out to you when reflecting back? And what made it special? Any goal or game?
I mean, if we're talking this year, I would say Endicott. I had the game winner, and it was off a corner, and it was after one of their fans was screaming their head off, trash talking us, and I just remember Miranda and I looking at each other we kind of knew we were going to score. We were we don't want to give him time of day. And then we scored off that. And it was we went insane because that game was just back and forth. We wound up winning 5-4. But I feel that was just the most special game so far.
That's so cool. Yeah, don't poke the bear.
Yeah, no, he did.
Once you poke the bear.
It was so funny.
That's cool you were able to use that. It's fuel to the fire beat them. And Endicott's a good program all around, good school. That's cool. I remember that 5-4 win.
Yeah.
On a different note, I announced the goals for your recent game at Oswego a few weeks ago, and man, I had to announce so many goals from you and Miranda. I couldn't even keep up. Shout out Miranda, absolute ballers. And if anyone hasn't checked out a game, you better be there tomorrow versus Ramapo, and for the playoffs on November 6th for a real show. They play Oneonta. So, and on the new North Turf, everyone's got to pop out because, man, they're a special team. Now, back to the team. How would you describe the team camaraderie right now? Is this team dynamic the best that you've had in the past 3 seasons?
Yeah, I think we're all just super close. And, like, we're one big family. And, like, I was even talking to a recruit today, and she loved to hear that everyone knows everyone on this team. Like, you can just call them whenever time, like, oh, can you just, like, bring me to Duncan? Like, just little things like that go a really long way with the team, and this team just wants it more than ever. And when we step on the field, it's like, we're all equal. Like, you're not going to not yell at someone because you're a freshman and they're a senior. And I think that's really special with this team, and just vibes are high, and especially after the downhill slope we kind of went on these past 3 games, we're all looking to just get better, which is huge.
Yeah, it's important to hold teammates accountable, and that's so awesome that all of you guys are so gelled. How many players are on the roster?
21.
21. All right, so that's still a good amount. Yeah, I think we have around 35, 40 or less. So there's a lot of people.
That.
yeah, that is nuts. But yeah, that's a great feeling when you feel so close to your team.
Exactly.
And everyone can gel no matter your grade, freshman, sophomore, junior. So that's awesome that's the state of the camaraderie right now. And yeah, I know you guys got punched a little bit in these past few games, but sometimes that's all you need to really wake up the beast.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm excited for you guys to bounce back. Yeah, this is gonna be exciting.
Yeah, thank you. Me too. I'm really excited for tomorrow and this week.
Yeah. So it's no secret you've accomplished a lot in your career here so far, but do you have any specific personal goals, either for the rest of the season or looking toward the future? Personal first.
Personal. I would say just keep going at what I'm doing. I just really want to be the best leader I could be. I mean, you can't really measure that, but that's what is important to me, is just being able to lead this team and just leave my mark for the younger girls for when they come in, and set a good ground for when I do leave the program after my senior year. Yeah,
you want people to be able to look up to you, and I bet they already do, for sure. So, yeah, the team camaraderie vibes seem high, and yeah, you guys got some ballers, especially because you guys, I've probably watched the most amount of your games specifically, like out of all the other sports on campus. So I actually started to enjoy. I never watched field hockey.
Yeah.
I never knew it.
Yeah, people don't until you actually watch it, and you're like, oh, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. So yeah, I just want to say that you guys are ballers. So then, for you and the team, the main goal is the SUNYAC Championship trophy. We know this.
Yes.
So what would it mean for you and the girls to take back the championship for the first time since 2021?
I mean, since we got... So it was kind of funny. So the first time there was 9 of us in my class. Now we're down to 7. But the first time all 9 of us actually met was here when we watched them win the SUNYAC trophy.
Really?
Yeah. Back when they last won it in 2021.
Yeah.
So seeing that, we all looked at each other and we were like, wow, we have like big shoes to fill. So since we got here freshman year, it's just, that's the end goal, and it's been what we've been looking to. So to be able to win it this year would be insane, and it's just what we've been working for, and it would mean the world to us.
And I think it's also important to bring up, I know you guys got to the championship last year, but unfortunately fell short. So now you're looking, your first step, now you have 2 regular season games, but the first step is Oneonta. So you got to take down that Red Dragon first.
Yeah, to get to the other one.
We know the other one is a good team. Exactly. So I think it's exciting that you guys have the ability to take down both Red Dragons and take that championship back.
Definitely.
I'm excited for you guys. I'm definitely going to be watching.
Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, I mean, there's no better feeling.
Yeah, no. I'm like, congratulations to you guys. Like, you guys had one heck of a season, and it's been really cool that like a bunch of our teams won the SUNYAC this year, and we want to be able to join that club and win it this year. So.
Hell yeah, I'm excited, and you guys are going to do it.
Thank you.
You guys are going to do it. All right. Well, those are some awesome in-depth questions. You know what? We're going to go to a quick PSA break, and we'll be right back. We're going to go right into the quick pitch right after.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Talking to your kids about the dangers of vaping can be hard. Getting them to listen to hot gossip is easy. So here's some drama you could share with your kid. Dude, did you hear about Cassie and Jake? No, but did you hear that vaping can cause irreversible lung damage and nicotine affects brain development? Nuh-uh. You don't need to gossip if you want to have an open conversation about vaping. So if you want to get tips on when and how to talk to your kids, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
All right, we're back. We're going to do quick pitch where I shoot out a bunch of curveball questions at you, and you answer as fast as you can. So it's rapid fire time. Biggest pet peeve?
Slow walkers, definitely.
If you could play any other sport, what would it be?
Gymnastics.
Yeah, you said you played that before, right? Best goal you've ever scored? Vassar
last year. It was a reverse shot.
Sick shot. Best team win you've ever had?
Geneseo last year, both wins.
Pre-game pump-up song, your main go-to?
Till I Collapse by Eminem.
Oh, I love that one. Best piece of advice you've ever received?
Just play your game. My dad says that to me before every game.
Favorite movie?
Rocky.
Oh, I love that. I'm Rocky for Halloween this year.
Really? That's sick.
From Rocky 2, the black and gold one. What's your reason for wearing number 10?
Because I was 23, but the jersey was too big, so I went with 10 for Eli Manning.
Oh, I love that. Biggest game day superstition?
I drink a coffee before every game, and I always put, this is a weird one, I put my left sock on before my right sock.
Oh, I do that too.
Really? Yep.
Favorite away field to play on?
Cortland.
You like Cortland?
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite away field too. Most influential teammate you've ever had?
Hannah Ackerman, by far.
Favorite hobby when not playing field hockey?
Probably eating.
Favorite artist or band right now?
Riley Green, country artist.
Do you like the home or away jersey better?
Away jersey.
You like that one? Favorite food spot in town since you love eating?
Probably McGillicuddy's. They have the best nachos.
Really? The nachos?
Go there
I love their wings.
Yeah, I do both, but definitely the nachos.
Oh, I got to try the nachos. Favorite team bonding activity?
We go to Stewart's a lot. We love Stewart's, yeah.
What? Well, I did this last time. What's your favorite Stewart's ice cream flavor then?
Oh, the brownie cookie dough ice cream. It's so good.
That one? I got to try that. Who on the team are you giving aux?
If it's not me, then either Aiden or Gov.
Aiden or Gov. Coach's phrase that you hear the most?
At speed. That's her favorite one, especially on the forward line.
Most hyped teammate?
Hannah or Aiden.
Coffee or energy drink?
Coffee.
You are coffee. And then describe the team in one word this year.
Family.
Family. 2024 women's field hockey team. Family. Love it. Now also, so that was quick pitch. So also, as always, everyone be sure to vote for the Hawk Athlete of the Week on @New Paltz Hawks Instagram story and website. You could click the link and vote for who you think had the best performance this week. Voting starts every Monday and ends Tuesdays at 11 a.m. It's only open for 24 hours, so be sure to get your votes in. All right, it's weekly rundown time. So I'm going to highlight our teams and the players from this past week across all sports. So women's soccer, they clinched the #1 seed and has home field advantage for the SUNYAC playoffs. They're killing it. They beat Oneonta and then Oswego at home on Saturday to clinch. So congrats to the girls. Also, recent guest Rachel Iser is crowned the new all-time goal leader with 14. Baller. Men's soccer, their regular season is over, and they head over to Plattsburgh on Saturday to play their SUNYAC playoff game. That's going to be a great game. They're going to bounce back after the recent losses. Women's volleyball, they came out firing and beat Oswego on their senior day this past Saturday, winning 3-2. Jamie Albrecht and Leticia Perez led the way to the win, putting up 18 and 12 kills, and each with 4 blocks. Field hockey, we know they lost some tough games, tough opponents, but they're playing Ramapo at home tomorrow, and will bounce back to get fired up for the playoffs on November 6th at home versus Oneonta. Be there. Yeah. And then lastly, men's and women's swim. The men dominated Union 143-112. but unfortunately the women fell short to Union and Keene in their tri-meet. But it was a good start to the season swimming for the breast cancer awareness game. So, all right, I figured we keep it light, and to finish off, we're going to do a quick trivia time. Okay. So I'll hit you with a couple where you got to guess, couple multiple choice.
Got it.
So, all right, so you're approaching the all-time career goal record here. You're at 39 goals, and you're third all-time. You're tied. The lead is 43. Could you name who holds the current record?
What's the current record?
This one's a guess.
Oh, my God.
Because you're hunting her.
I'm trying to think. Is it Justine?
Justine O'Reilly.
Really?
Yeah,
I remember she was up there with those.
So she played from 2014 to 2017.
Oh, okay.
So she's in first place all-time goals for women's field hockey at 43. So you're coming. You're coming for it. Random one. What is the official height limit for a goal post in field hockey?
Oh my God, I have no idea.
You gotta know. 7 feet high and 12 feet wide. Wow. I know it's a random one. I didn't know if you know that.
No.
Who is the all-time leader in assists for SUNY New Paltz field hockey?
Isn't it Hannah?
Hannah Ackerman. She currently has 41 total career assists. How many goals has your team scored in total so far this season? This is a multiple choice. 64, 70, 73, or 65? Total goals.
Total?
Between all of you.
70.
70.
Really?
Yep, right on the dot. You got that one. Now, speaking of goals, can you guess how many multi-goal games you've had in your career?
5.
You've had
6.
7.
Oh.
You've had 7.
Okay.
And you had 6 this year.
Wow.
And 1 last year. So, killing it. Now, to this date, how many team wins have you been a part of in your 3 seasons? Out of all 3 seasons, how many wins up until today? Here, multiple choice. 36, 38, 31, or 33? What do you think?
Is it 38?
36 team wins you've been a part of.
Wow.
Now, we got 2 more. This one's a fun fact.
Okay.
Do you know which year the New Paltz field hockey team was founded?
No, I don't.
It was founded in 1967, where they played until 1971. So they only played for 4 seasons. The only games they have on record was versus Oneonta and Hartwick, where they won a few games. So,
okay.
And then it was later reintroduced in 2000. So that's just a random fun fact.
It's a cool fact. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they played a long time ago, but then came back sort of recently. Oh, it's only 24 years.
Wow.
And then lastly, in the past 2 seasons, what is your home field record? This one you got to guess. You've played 16 games.
Our home field record?
Home field.
We've played 16 on our home field? Isn't it 15-1?
Yep. 15-1.
That lost one last year.
Which is a crazy record. Yeah, that's unbelievable. So I like doing that little trivia. All right, I'm gonna fire quickly because we only got 1 minute. Upcoming home games on campus: October 29th, field hockey, Ramapo, North Turf at 3:30. Friday, November 1st, men's and women's swim as a green out meet versus Adelphi at 4 p.m. And then for away games, Friday, November 1st, women's volleyball plays at Plattsburgh, 6 p.m. Field hockey goes to Vassar, plays at 7 p.m. Then on Saturday, November 2nd, we got an early slate coming in hot. Men's and women's cross country at Oswego for the SUNYAC Championship, starting at 10 and 11 a.m. Then men's volleyball goes to Princeton for a scrimmage, plays at 10 a.m. as well. Then men's soccer heads over to Plattsburgh in a winner-go-home playoff game at 1 p.m. And lastly, women's volleyball plays at Potsdam at 1. So you can visit at New Paltz Hawks and nphawks.com as well to see full schedules. You could find anything you want: streams, news, rosters, recaps of games, everything. So to wrap it up, as always, I really appreciate anyone tuning in. It's the 8th show, and so far it's been so cool to be able to do this. Rachel, I just want to say thank you so much for coming in, and on short notice, good luck. You guys are going to kill it.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Let's go. So be sure to come by next Monday live from 7:30 to 8 p.m. on WFNP 88.7 FM for more news, updates, and another special guest appearance from the New Paltz Athletic Hawk of the Week. And to conclude this 8th segment with the lyric of the week, I like to do that, representing field hockey in their end to the season from the song Bounce Back by A Boogie. I had to lose to win, then I told myself I never lose again.
Oh, yeah.
Roll Hawks.